sketch the graph of f of x is equal to negative 2, x plus 1, open bracket, x plus 4 was squared. So how do we sketch the graph of this function? So let's look at the solution. So what things do we need to take into consideration as we sketch this graph? The first thing is we need to locate our x intercepts. So let us first find the x intercepts. By equating this equation to 0, what we get? We get negative 2, x plus 1, and x plus 4 squared equate to what? To 0. So now you can divide with negative 2 throughout. So dividing by negative 2 throughout, we just end up having this and this one, then squared equal to what? 0. So each part of the equation is going to be equated to 0. That is x plus 1 equate to 0, and x plus 4, but with a square, is equal to what? 0. Here we've got x to negative 1, and here we've got what? X. Well, for those who may not be aware, you can square root both sides, right? You square root, that's that x plus 4 is equal to 0, and x is equal to negative 4. This is what we get. So now, the most interesting part is that this is where our graph is touching the x-axis. Now remember, we took y as a 0, so this part here was 0. That's a 0 at the end there. That means we need to put this in coordinate form, and this one here, okay, like that. So we have even here, you have negative 4, 0. So these are the two coordinates where the graph is touching what? It's touching the x-axis. I hope we are okay from there. Then stage 2 is we need to find our y-intercept, which is quite easy. For the y-intercept, we just have to, where there's x, we put 0. So where there's x equal to 0, find y. That is it. We are going to let y be equal to, so we have negative 2 here. We've got 0 plus 1, then 0 plus 4, then squared. So this will be negative 2, then 1, then this will just remain as what? 16, right? Because it's just 4, then 4 squared is 16. So our y-intercept is just equal to 0, negative 32. Now we can sketch the graph because it's done. Okay, so let's go and sketch it. So we have there, and we have there. Okay, so we have this one here is our y, and this one there is our x. Then we have a 0 there. So where was the curve? So touching the x-axis at 0, negative 1, 0, and negative 4, 0. So we can put our negative 1 here. Then we can put maybe our negative 4 somewhere here. Then the y-intercept is negative 32. So we're going to put just there. We're just approximating, by the way. Don't worry. We're just approximating, so don't worry. So this is our 0, negative 32. Alright, so this is a point, and that is a point. We are targeting that one there as well. Alright, so now remember that this is a cubic function because there's a square and there's another one with a variable here. So eventually when you expand, you're going to get a cubic function. Now, how do you know the type of a cubic function that we're dealing with? And this is where I'm going to explain to you. When the first letter, already there is a negative, right? That means we are likely to have this somewhere, negative x to the power 3. Now because a, which is a, since a is a negative, so if a is a negative, your graph goes like this. But if a is positive, your graph goes like this. So this one is increasing, while this one is what? Is decreasing. So this is how we are going to do. Now look at our graph properly. The negative side here means the x to the power 3, when we get it, it will be multiplied by the negative 2. So eventually we are going to have a as a negative. So this graph is sloping down. So it will come like that. So it will touch this part here. Then it will go here, pass through there. Then do what? Pass through there as well. That is a final graph. Just like that. So it has to touch there, then touches there, also touches there. then you're done. Cheers.